Mr. Noel Warnell.
Good afternoon, good evening,
Good night.
good morning.
Good morning. It is the morning. It is currently 9 minutes past 12 on Tuesday, the 21st of October.
12 minutes past 9 even.
Yeah. I mean, this is... You can tell there might have been a certain event on yesterday. Both of our heads are like mashed potato. But welcome to the studio.
Thank you, it's beautiful.
I think we've been trying to do this a long time. So we've got your LinkedIn up here. You help digital leaders drive fast, predictable, robust delivery and build stronger teams. And you've got 20 plus years of unlocking measurable ROI.
Indeed.
That sound like you?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's me all over.
So what I really want to talk about, might as well just get straight into it before we get into your background. What is agile bullshit?
Agile bullshit is a provocation for conversations.
Yeah.
So I think it's very easy for people to start with a framework or start with some kind of training and what's right and what's wrong. And I just think that's okay. Yeah. But for me, I just prefer to poke a little bit, be a bit provocative. And this was never meant to be a book, but that's kind of where it ended up because we started posting. When I say we, that's me and Kuhn, who's the co-author of the book. We just started posting about it and people in the community started commenting on it, and to the point where we had enough content of our own and other people's to whack together in a book. So yeah, it was always originally just a game, a deck of cards, bingo.
I'll have a go at the cards.
But yeah, it kind of evolved. And yeah, what I hope is that it gives people a way into a conversation that's a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, for context, I don't know the timeline of this, when it's going to go out, but you asked the question yesterday, which I was not prepared for. So we did the live podcast yesterday. Anyway, any questions? Yeah. What was it? What's
the biggest bit of agile bullshit that you've experienced?
So each of the guests and myself had to then answer. I thought it was brilliant because it was a complete shift into from the other questions. Yeah, it was like someone was just going bullshit. I thought it was brilliant. So thank you for that. So if we rewind back a second, what's like the high level journey and experience that has rolled up into your way of thinking and ultimately into coming up with your thought process for the book? Cards.
Rather than giving you this is what I did at uni, I think that the truth of my journey is luck, opportunity, and frustration.
Okay.
And having just saying yes to most things that come up. Like anytime a sensible opportunity has come up in my career, I've said yes.
Yeah.
And that seems to have led on not always a merry path, but it's led me on the path to being able to work with some fantastic organisations, some really good people, and also connect the dots. So that's something I think I'm quite good at.
Yeah.
And being independent, being a contractor, doing a lot of fractional work over the last couple of years, it's a journey of I think I've said it. It's luck.
Yeah.
And
it can't be luck though. It's got to be a bit of it's got to be a lot of hard work and perseverance. And you must have put yourself in lucky positions.
Yeah, I think you can't necessarily control the opportunities that come up, but what you do with them, absolutely. Yeah. So I think I'm always, it's important for me to do a good job.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about actually, because I think as a community, we've been pretty shit actually at being able to demonstrate the value. And when I say as an industry, I mean as the community that watch this podcast, agile coaches, scrum masters, people that work in enterprises to help improve ways of working.
Yeah.
I think we've done a shit job of actually being able to quantify that. And
is this where the post last week came from? Titled, "How often do you check in with your previous clients?"
Yeah.
Aside from being courteous and maintaining a human connection, I'm always curious to learn more about the hopefully lasting impact of my team's work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because whilst you're there, whilst you're engaged, you need to know what's the measure of success. And it needs to be something that you can measure. Otherwise, maybe sentiment is enough, but not for me. I think unless I can prove the value. And I've walked away from contracts as well where it's become obvious that the value isn't going to come.
Yeah.
And so, cards on the table, like you're not going to get the value for me being around for another couple of months because there's certain things that are missing. When we try and connect the dots, that's not happening. And unless we are able to, unless you as an organisation, as a leadership team, unless you can get that through from leadership strategy to the teams to delivery, then you're better off letting me know when you're ready for that, but you're not ready now.
Yeah. And how? What are some ways you check back in with your clients, just so people can?
Yeah, I've actually got quite a lot of them on WhatsApp.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
So, that's my preferred way.
Yeah.
Email just feels a little bit formal. But most of the clients I've had probably over the last 5 years where I've built a decent relationship with, we're just on WhatsApp and just check in with them every few months.
Yeah.
But on a human level as well as, like, I'm genuinely interested, like, when's your next triathlon, or how did your kid get on with their driving test, and whatever.
And in terms of keeping those receipts, for want of a better phrase, are there any other tools, techniques that you could pass on to other people to sort of not prove the value, but show progress to before and afters, or you got this is what it was like, this is what it's like now, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got to baseline stuff when you're there. When you go in, you've got to do some kind of discovery, or what I call clarity, so that you can see what changes. And even asking the questions about what data they've already got starts to give you some really clear signals and indications of where they're at and where the opportunities might be.
And if they've got none, where would you start?
I would do some kind of health check at the leadership level and the team level or teams level. And whilst that's qualitative rather than quantitative, it still gives you something as an opportunity to say, right, it's surfacing where there are opportunities for improvements that they already recognise. So it just gives you an in to start doing some targeted coaching, workshops, interventions.
Have you got any particular health checks that you like, dislike? Or have you got your own? You don't have to share, but what does that look like?
Use Spotify, the crisp one. Okay. Yeah, it's super easy to use. Lego, they are using the tool that the Liberators have created. So it's called Columnity.
Yeah.
And that's great. It's very similar, but self-assessment that teams do on a regular basis. But they've got a whole model behind it, and they can show you the trends. It's all automated, which is nice.
So I've used that relatively recently, and I don't know if you could offer some advice, some free advice. Or share similar experiences. What I find, getting people to take it is quite a hard sell, and you have to be quite a good salesperson or a good communicator to get people to buy into it. I've found I've only used it properly with one client. I don't know if you've felt the same, or is it just me? Like, I found just some of the teams, just no matter how I communicate it, or I give them the why, I give them, what ifs, and they just don't want to touch it. Or you get 3 out of the 6 team members taking it, and it's like, well, that's not really going to give me much. Yeah,
I think it's different depending on the tool. So Columnity, I think there is that jump to, okay, we're going to give you a link and you need to log in, you need to take a survey. And that's why over the years I've used the crisp Spotify health check a lot more, or the different versions of that, because they have got a leadership team one that's different from the team one. And but because you can just get out a flip chart and some post-it notes, and you just do dot voting in person, or you can just load up a spreadsheet and just have it as a conversation, but you're logging the data in the background. I think at the Lego group, they've been using it for a few years already. So, and I've only been there for a few months. So I haven't had that same challenge, because it's being used quite widely and it's quite common practice now. But
I think I saw a talk earlier on this year in London, and there was a lady from Lego with Barry, the co-creator of Colominity. And she was saying, the Lego group had been using it for a while.
Yeah.
It is a good, the tool is great. It's just, doing a good job of getting people to do it. That's more of a us problem than a team problem, I think.
Yeah, and that's for me, doing some fractional work with them over a 6-month period, that's probably one of the only measures that I'm going to be able to get in that period of time that tells me if I'm helping teams or not. And so we have, as a group of coaches, run surveys in the first half of the year, and we've been doing targeted sessions and interventions over the last few months. And I'm desperate to get it done again so that we can see what's moved.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And it's that there's data there that tells me, okay, this team, their collaboration has improved, or their safety or their stakeholder engagement has improved or not. And if not, that's okay. It's disappointing, but still useful information.
You've just inspired me to look back into it. It is quite long, isn't it, for a team member? Yeah. Well, you've given me something to do today now. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Probably more of a tomorrow job. So back onto the Agile bullshit story. In your experience, in your view, how do we, as a community, try and fix what I think, and it's just as an opinion, not a fact, the quite negative perception of Agile at times, especially if you're in the echo chamber of LinkedIn? What can we do? What can we do, Noel? What can we do?
Just stop talking about it and show the data, show the value. That's all that people that buy us and our services care about, is there's a change that they want. And so help demonstrate where we've influenced change and how.
Yeah.
That's what we should be focused on. It's helping teams deliver at pace, but with purpose. So it's got to be the right, you're not just going fast for the sake of going fast. It's that we're doing the right thing at the right time. And we can demonstrate it because this team that we worked with over here, or this organisation, we saved them £500,000, or this organisation over here, they started delivering twice as many features after 9 months of quarterly planning, whatever it is. But you need those data points. That's the stuff that's interesting. And I think that's what's missing.
I can tell you now, that's going to be a clip. I get the clip tingles when someone says something like that, and I've just had them there.
Yes.
So it's not just all on us. Sometimes I'm going to attribute a guy called Wayne Smallman, but he got it off someone else, and he said to me once that as external consultants, people that come in to help, we're like a thermometer in a pig's arse. We can tell the farmer there's something wrong with it, but ultimately it's up to the farmer to do something about it. And as a 6'2" individual who is built like a thermometer, that's always stuck with me. I suppose the question is, what can organisation or people in organisations do to get the benefits of what we are involved in and know and love and are passionate about? And what can it's easy to blame leadership sometimes. It's leadership's fault. It's blah blah blah. But what can they do?
It's connecting the dots, and it's seeing everything as a system. And you can have strategy, but if that doesn't filter down through the messaging consistently, and the teams aren't clear on what it is they're doing, why they're doing it, and they're just focused on doing stuff, then you don't have that motivation or as much motivation. So yeah, for me, it's all about creating a joined up system. So you've got consistency, predictability, and reliability, all as part of a single flow of delivery of value.
Yeah.
That one gave me the clip tingles.
Yeah. Again, we're clipping everywhere. Get your clips out. Yeah, I think if I ran the world, or if I was in charge of a major transformation, one of the things I would do is send the leadership team on an email copywriting course or a communication course.
Right.
Although emails get a bad rap, bad emails get a bad rap. But if one can communicate and market this change in it, and it is an element of marketing. I don't really mind if people don't agree with that, but you've got to sell it. Like, what's in it for me?
Absolutely.
As the dev, as the back end dev in this team who's been doing a great job.
Yeah. Why should they give a shit?
Yeah.
Why should they care?
Yeah.
And they do. They want to care. It's instinct, it's human instinct. We want to have a clear purpose. That, is very much part of human nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't got people that are able to tell that story, and it's not just the leaders, it's product people within who serve teams and work alongside teams, they should also be able to have such a clear narrative about this is the North Star, this is why this product is going to solve these problems, these are the lives it's going to change, or the impact it's going to have. And it's like, that's exciting.
I don't want to get too male and aggressive, but sometimes you want that fucking kick the door down energy from your product manager.
Yeah.
And go, this is the product.
Yeah.
This is why I believe in it. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that when it's a side of the desk job.
Yeah, true.
I still see this in organizations where product ownership is not the full-time job. It's part of my job. And it's like, hang on, that's an anti-pattern, and I get it. And there is perfect scenarios, but we always have to be pragmatic and adapt. But there's certain things which really are non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And for me, that's one of them.
I agree. This is Sparta energy. That's is there anything outside of the Agile bubble you take inspiration from, or you've thought, do you know what? I've just mentioned, like, email marketing, copywriting.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you pull on from outside of our sphere of interest?
Yeah, I mean, from a facilitation point of view, I'm very passionate about facilitation. I love it, whether it's 3 people or 300 people, or just, that's when I get the tingles, is when I'm in a space like yesterday.
Yeah.
And if I'm helping to coordinate something or run something, that's what really gives me joy. So I spend a lot of time talking about and reading about and playing with facilitation.
It's a big skill, isn't it?
It's huge.
It's quite a hard sell. Not a hard sell, but I feel like a salesman, not selling Agile. But you go into some organizations and people are running the events. And there's a massive difference between running an event and facilitating the event, and getting people to understand that stepping back and facilitating.
Yeah.
It's an exciting challenge, I think.
Definitely. And having someone external do that is a game changer for some places. I got involved with an event last year with the Home Office for one of their divisions, and 170 leaders coming together for the launch of a new leadership training and growth, what you call it, a syllabus, that they were putting together. And to be brought into that with not knowing the people, not knowing the context, but knowing how to facilitate an event and how to design an event so that it's a day with the peaks and troughs of energy and the rest. That's really important. And it's unlikely someone internally has the time and the space. They probably have the skill, but to be able to actually do that as their job for a couple of weeks is unlikely.
I'm visualizing the product management triangle now. What did you say then? Time, space, skill. They've probably got the skill, but they haven't got the time and the space.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes bringing someone externally can can help.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing, I guess, is things like improv. So I've learned over the years to get comfortable to not worry too much about being prepared for every scenario. And I don't know how this resonates with you, being an ex-military man, but I'm not, by the way.
No.
But yeah, I now.
To be clear, I don't really count myself there 'cause it's been 10 years now. I'm very, very comfortable in yeah, I don't think I could go back into that world.
Yeah. But the idea of going into a space and having enough knowledge or enough of an idea of what's going to happen, but not having it planned down to the finite point, I actually find that quite exciting now.
We would describe that as no cuff too tough.
Okay.
So you're going to cuff it.
Okay.
I don't know the origins of it.
It sounds like you're...
Yeah, but basically no cuff too tough. You're just going to wing it with as little as information as you can.
Well, this... So just to be clear, I don't want to wing it.
No.
Because I think, and I don't think that's probably what you're suggesting. But yeah, it's important that we do a good job and that we create the value that is being expected. But yeah, I think with time and maturity, and you get a level of confidence, like the guy that spoke yesterday, Ewan.
Yeah.
That you can act with confidence because your sixth senses and your ability to read people and the room is
instinct.
Yes, you kind of tuned in. The more you do anything, right, the more tuned in you become to it.
Yeah, I like that.
The other one is around art.
Okay, yeah.
So I do a lot of visual stuff because that helps me remember information, and so visual facilitation and graphic facilitation, whatever you want to call it.
I wish I had the confidence to do that. What I always find, I said this to Stuart, who was on here a couple of weeks ago. I think I asked him, how do you, so you go to draw, if you're in a training or a facilitation or a workshop and you go and draw something, straight away all I think is hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. They're all waiting for me, finish it, draw it. And then it looks like a 2-year-old's done it. I think it takes, again, confidence to go, no, there's going to be value in what I'm about to draw. What feels like 10 minutes for me is actually only 10 seconds for them. I think there's a real confidence to anchor yourself in that. So I always look at people who can do that, like you, and go, fair play.
Yeah, and it's a language, it's a skill, and it is a language. So Stuart, I went on a course with Stuart about 10 years ago. So he was the first person that I came across that was offering something. And off the back of that, I started doing more of it myself. And then I went through the Vocablo route as well and did that training. But it's basically you start to associate icons with words. So when someone says time or value or impact or vision, straight away you've got an icon in your mind. Yeah. So although it looks like you're kind of creating this thing completely on the fly, a lot of it is just pattern matching. Yeah. Which again, the more you practice, the better you get. Yeah. So it's not, I don't consider myself an artist or good at drawing, but I can copy icons and that works.
Fair enough. Do you want to talk me through these agile bullshit cards?
I can do.
Yeah. Should we have a go?
Yeah.
The ultimate conversation starter for Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, delivery people, developers, product people, project managers, and anyone else involved in product development and software delivery.
Yeah.
So if I open the deck, what do we do next?
Just pick a card at random. See what you get.
You pick a card, mate. See what we get.
Oh, I've picked two. So I'll give one to you and I'll take the other one. Right. So they're split into roughly the events.
Do you want to show it which camera, mate, Calvin? Which one have we got?
This is card 29, which is team members cherry pick their work.
And then what's the thinking behind what's next?
So the thinking is, okay, well, is what I want people, I don't necessarily want people to agree with these cards. I'm quite happy for them to disagree with them, but I just want them to say, well, what's true for us? Like, what would be the risk if we were cherry picking our work? Or actually, do we want that within our team, within our context? And so, yeah, it's about, for me, choose any of these cards, and it should be something that we're familiar with as a group of people that work together, and we can have a conversation about it. And you can pick more cards, and you can start to rank them and prioritize, and you can start to use them to say, well, are we doing anything that is a bit shitty? That's, what's the stuff that we're doing that's just smells a bit off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hard to call it out with just a conversation. Maybe one of these cards will allow us to say, yeah, I think we're doing this. So you're externalizing it as well a little bit.
And what is the danger then if the team's cherry picking their work?
Well, the real important stuff gets left behind. If you're just doing the stuff that you like and you enjoy at the consequence of what's most important for the sprint goal or the product value, then you're not really playing the game.
Yeah. I've got an analogy because I love shit analogies, but it's true. Because we should stretch as we get older, shouldn't we? But we don't like to do it because it's boring and it takes time. But if you're like me and you've pulled your back hoover in the other day, I probably realised I need to do that boring work and start stretching because that's what's going to make us last longer. And again, we can't just do the things that we like. You can't just go running into your 30s and think you can not stretch anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what backlog refinement is. It's doing the reps during winter when no one else wants to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I think sometimes.
And I think the other thing as well is that we win together, we lose together. So when people start to go a bit rogue, go a bit solo, the bypassers that Jade in her talk yesterday mentioned, then there's a risk there for the team and then the system.
Yeah.
And because everything is connected, as soon as you start to break down any of that connections that create that single flow, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to use these the rest of the day, I think. Not with everyone, because some of them aren't in our space, but and then I'm going to take them to my client later. We're going to have a wonderful time. If you see like a load of orders later on, you'll know who it is. I got Scrum Master Controls, the daily Scrum.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just not true, is it?
Isn't it?
I think.
Isn't that your job as a Scrum Master?
Yeah, to be the admin.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest tests, if you're in that position or a position of delivery manager, project manager, whatever, is not turn up and see what happens. People will be like, if you're in the office, people will be like meerkats looking for you going, you starting it or what? No, it's for you. Go for it. If you're not in, give it a try. Tell them you're going to the dentist.
Yeah.
And then see what happens. Or just don't turn up and watch them. Yeah. That's what I think.
Another one is you do turn up and you just refuse to say anything.
Yeah. Embrace the awkwardness.
Yeah, totally. And it's just like, let the team figure it out. Trust them.
Wow. That book is going to make the shelf. I need to bring Stuart's back in. Every time someone kindly brings me a book now, it's going to sit over there.
Nice.
So yeah, thank you. What's next, mate? What's for the rest of the year going forward?
Yeah, good question. The rest of this year, I've got work lined up.
It's good. It's always good to have.
Yeah, absolutely. But come January, I don't know yet. So the work I'm doing is less of day rate contract work and more of small consultancy with an associate model, something you might be familiar with.
Yeah.
And I also got relationships with other consultancies. So some of the work I do is through other consultancies. And
I think that's great, mate. I think we've all, don't get me wrong, it's tough out there. And I'm not diminishing the fact that it's tough. But if we all come together a bit more and put our egos aside, like there is work, like we can do some good stuff that is outside of our 35, that is outcome focused.
Yeah.
I think the smaller consultancies can come together and create good stuff.
Absolutely. I've got a perfect example of that. So last year I was doing some work in the space sector. It was fascinating. I was working with a team that were literally building a physical satellite.
Wow.
And there were other consultancies within the organization and they were focused on Lean, Six Sigma and more on the hardware side of things. And we met and we started talking and it's just actually, you're working with one part of this business over here. I'm working with a couple of teams over here, but really it's the same goals that we've got.
Yeah.
And when the contracts came up for renewal, I said to their CEO, well, look, let's make it easy if the client's up for it, and if we're up for it, let's just do a joint bid for the next contract together, rather than them having to engage us separately.
Yeah.
And I'll still do my stuff, and you still do your stuff, but why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that people need to be more open to that for sure.
And again, people can take or leave this. And I've found it, there's always going to have to be an A player when we're coming together, in terms of, and I don't mean because they're bigger or because they're more important, but someone's got to still write the bid. Mm-hmm. Someone's got to communicate.
Yep.
Someone's got to put the bid in or do the tender.
Yeah, they've got to have their name. There's got to be a name on the bid of what is the organisation.
That doesn't mean you're the B player in terms of the value that one brings. But like, if you're going to leave stuff on the table because your name isn't at the front, I mean, you got to be wondering whether you're in the right, if this game is right for you. Again, that's an opinion, not a fact. But there is work out there. Just need to dig a bit deeper and come together, collaborate a bit more, I think.
This is what we talk about with teams and organisations all the time, right? You need to work together. You need to collaborate. Yeah. Be aligned on what the goals are that you're trying to achieve. Yeah. And a lot of the time we don't practice that. It's very easy, especially in the past, less so maybe now, but to be a very independent, solo contractor on a day rate somewhere for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years even. I worked with contractors years ago who've been in the same organisation for 6 years. Yeah. That doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Because,
I think quite rightly, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think we should eat our own dog food a lot more and be willing to ask for help and offer help.
Come together.
Yeah, we're stronger together.
Like the Infinity Stones. Where can people reach out? Where can people get the book? Where can people inquire about your services? I believe it would be that camera there. Yep, we've got the nod.
Okay.
Plug away, my friend. Plug away.
So the book is on Amazon, paperback or Kindle version. The cards, just if you go on agilebs.uk, then that will take you to a link to get those. But LinkedIn is something that I'm quite active on at the moment, so that's probably the best place to get hold of me. Working through updating the website at the moment with some new marketing materials. But just reach out. I'm just a normal bloke who's up for a chat.
I'm just a normal bloke.
Just someone who's got lucky and put a bit of graft in, and here we are.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed that. And
what's next for you? What does next year look like for Jack and Everyday Agile?
I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas, and I think now the event, although fantastic, that we did yesterday, I try not to mention it on these conversations because it won't make sense, but we did the conference yesterday. That's taken a lot of marketing time, which was needed. But if I think of it as a pie chart, it's been like 60% conference, 40% Everyday Agile, where really I need it to be the other way around. So I think there'll be more. I need to focus more on the business. Although the business is great, it's fine. I do like the idea of creating some like satellite courses. So you mentioned facilitation there, like half an hour facilitation 101. You don't have to bring in for people who are just on the first rung of the ladder of their journey, a bit more accessible. So it's not like an expensive. As you can see, I'm formulating this, but a few like satellite courses, and more collaboration. I think I've done a better job of saying yes to things this year, going to more events. I was very good at saying no, and that became a habit that turned into a bit of a negative because I just said no to everything. So I've opened myself up a bit more this year. I want to really grow this. I really enjoy doing the podcast. The guys here are great. I enjoy coming here, talking to people like you. If that becomes, it was never the intent for it to be financially rewarding. But if it grows, that might be something I look into.
Mm.
Because it just means we can add more to it.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know really. I've got a lot of, now this event's over, I think I'm going to come back down to earth and sort of start thinking about next year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that answered your question. Wasn't really ready for that. But no, it's good. It's good fit. I like it when people, I need to be better at answering questions. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with whatever comes next.
No, thank you.
Everyday Agile and
yeah. Thank you for coming yesterday as well.
Yeah, no, great. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming on this.
You're welcome.